Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Gale right here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Battle Chronicle video. And today we are going to be taking a look at the special moves and skills of the upcoming Artemis. Of course, they've been dropping sneak peeks for her over the last few days. We started off with the normal attacks, which I've already made a video about, so go and check out that video because that video will actually be used in this video as well, as in the details that we gleaned from that sneak peek of the normal attacks will actually be used in this video as well. So be sure to go check that one out as well to get an idea on exactly how her normal attacks and skills initially look like as well. And then of course you can come back and watch this video. Of course, if you guys going to enjoy this one as well, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts on Artemis now that we've seen all three parts of her skills. Of course, her normal attacks, her actual skills and techniques, and of course her special move. Let me know, what do you guys think about her? And of course, the big question and the big elephant in the room is that if she is paid only, at least for the foreseeable future, is she worth it based on what we know so far? Again, I don't think she's going to be paid only based on the information we actually have. But of course, I know some of you guys do believe that she's going to be paid only. So in that situation, if she is paid only, is she worth it based on what we know? Let me know. And I will tell you guys what I think at the end of this video, because trust me when I say this, I think from what we know, of course, percentages and everything come into play. But from what we know from the descriptions and everything, I have my thoughts to give to you guys in regards to that. All right. Anyways, let's take a look at the techniques and let's see what she's capable of doing through the skills first and foremost. So we'll go through the caption of the tweet first and foremost. So, sneak peek introducing the techniques of Goddess of Chastity Artemis, who appears in movie Arrow of the Orion. She deals damage while buffing herself. So, most likely what she's getting here is probably going to be like a strength boost or something like that, most likely. We'll take a look at, of course, the skill itself in just a moment. But assuming that's the case, this is pretty much common across a bunch of units, right? If you take a look at a unit like, for example, the most recent Lafia that we got, right? The water Lafia that we got in the following the Sword Princess's Footsteps event, of course, right? She's able to buff up all allies' magic on her second skill, right? Her first skill can heal, so that's a form of a buff, of course. Bell as well, the water Bell that we got as well gives himself Realis as well, which is a form of a buff as well. So this is not really uncommon necessarily. Even the Christmas Eyes second skill has the ability to actually also give herself strength as well. So I expect it to be something like that, basically, where she's either increasing damage, or she's giving, some form of a buff or a heal, some form of a buff through a heal, or something like that, I feel. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll check out the skill in just a second and get an idea there. The additional effect of Technique 2 activates when the health is above a certain level. So maintain your health in battle. Introducing a special move tomorrow, so check it out. Okay, we'll take a look at the special move. Tomorrow is today, actually, so we can't worry. We don't need to worry about that one. But the above a certain health and maintain your health in battle, it makes so much more sense now as to why Hestia, the assist Hestia, is able to recover our HP. It makes so much more sense now as to why that is the case. Now, I do believe that if she is dealing damage while buffing herself, I think that means she's going to be healing herself. So basically what we're doing here is that we're basically consistently recovering health so that her second skill is able to be activated at all times. Now, what makes this so interesting as well, right, is it actually gives a little bit more value to certain scene cards that exist in the game. Of course, you guys already know the ones I'm going to talk about, the ones that have a threshold of 80% HP or above. I mean, if it's anything like that, Artemis is going to use those scene cards also as well, which will make it so much more valuable. And I think that's a good thing in a way, you know. I love the fact that they're giving more value to those scene cards in some way, shape, or form. I still believe those scene cards are quite they're quite stingy, in the sense they're quite stringent, they're quite they're quite strict is what I mean to say. Actually, I think that's the word. They're quite strict in the sense of like it's 80% or above. Like, come on, that's such a narrow gap. I think 70%, 65% or above, I think would have been perfectly fine. 80% is definitely way too strict. So makes things a lot trickier when it comes to, of course, being able to take advantage of those buffs. But if Artemis herself is reliant on the fact that she has to be high in HP, then I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up being a great option for those scene cards anyways as well. So yeah, that's a good thing. Now let's take a look at the skills and let's see what we can glean from this. Of course, they do have some information about the awakening. So her skill 1 gives a shield. Okay, that's quite interesting. And then if you take a look at the second skill, it's a straight shot. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the range. First and foremost, I'm gonna talk about that. Skill 1's range is, quite honestly speaking, one of the worst things I've seen in my life. I mean, it's just a bounce in and out. I assume it's gonna be a very narrow circle and a narrow radius. Very similar to Cassandra, I would say. Cassandra's second skill, yeah. The Halloween Cassandra second skill, of course, right? Where it's just a small circle and it only hits that part. You can move it around a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's not great. It looks something similar to that. A little bit more, it seems like, for sure. It's a little bit it's a little bit larger. I do feel that way. It is a little bit larger, but it's not that much more, you know, bigger, in all honesty. The second skill is not bad. It's a straight shot. I'm curious on the width of the shot as well, because that will probably make a bit of a difference, of course, as well. But we'll have to wait and see on that front. We'll have to wait and see on how exactly good that is. Now, let's take a look at the first skill, first and foremost. So, from what I know and from what I've seen here, I'm reading the descriptions. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, which means that you guys will probably not be able to see everything. Let me see if I can do this. Actually, this will be a bit better for you guys. Bring this up, and there you go. Beautiful. Sweet. So this is the first skill, right? This is the actual first skill. So the attack is, of course, just as you saw there, it's just a bounce in and bounce back kind of ability, but it also increases the allies' electric damage, which is nice. So there is a normal buff there. Now at Awakening 2, it increases the damage and of course the lightning damage you are giving to your allies as well. And then furthermore, it grants a shield as well. Now the thing is, I'm pretty sure it's, one second, let me read it again. Is it? I think it's to herself. I don't think it's to all allies. Sorry, I correct myself there. I think it's to herself. Again, this is where I always get a little bit confused. I think it's to herself. I'm pretty sure it's to herself. I've still not gotten a grasp of the language Battle Chronicle likes using when it comes to the Japanese text, because every game, right, Dokkan Battle's language, when it uses it, when we see it in Japanese, is completely different. Danmimo's is completely different. Danchro's is completely different, and so on and so forth. Every gacha game uses a slight bit of a difference in how they translate their skills, and Japanese, that is, of course. So it's hard to get an actual nail on exactly how they're describing it. So I think itself, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's Awakening 2, of course, gets a shield as well. So the shield that you see right now on screen right now is only when it is effectively at Awakening 2. So keep that in mind. Now, the second skill I'm quite curious on. So the second skill is deals damage to the enemy when HP is above a certain amount, increases damage dealt. So nothing too crazy there, very straightforward. I mean, I'm surprised that the first skill doesn't heal you though. That's the thing, because of the second skill, right? The way it's structured, I'm surprised it doesn't actually, have a form of a recovery or something, HP recovery or something. But I assume that means the special move will probably have it. Now, the Awakening 3 effect increases the damage, increases the percentage of how much damage will be dealt above a certain amount of HP. And then the third skill, or the third addition, I should say, to the skill, and there will of course be one, is that it increases critical rate. Okay, so that's pretty good. I mean, that means you won't have to go full dexterity for her. She'll be able to get a lot of critical rate from that second skill as well. And usually what that means is that the special move will have some form of crit damage or crit rate addition to it as well. So we'll have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, very cool second skill. Again, I'm surprised that there's no HP recovery, and there's no mention of how much HP you need to be above in order to get that damage dealt bonus. So we'll have to wait on when she releases to get an idea on that front, which is of course on the 17th morning, 16th evening. So 2 more days to go for that. Now, let's go back to the tweet and let's check out the special move now. So we're on to the special move. Sneak peek introducing the techniques. Wait, Techniques? No. Okay, there we go. So this is the special move. Okay, I am so confused. All right, I was so confused. I was like, techniques? I think they made a mistake there. It's supposed to be the special move. Introducing the special move of Goddess of Chastity Artemis, who appears in movie Arrow of the Orion. When her health is above a certain level, additional effects such as increased damage activate. She can also recover her own health. So yes, it seems like you get the HP recovery on the special move, but she's also wanting to be above a certain amount of HP in order to get that damage bonus as well. So let's take a look at the special move and see how it is. Let's play. Okay, so it launches and hits immediately. Okay, so the animation is definitely a little bit longer. This is the first, I feel like this is the first time we've had like a an angle change in the special move itself. Usually it's just like a straight, you know, one scene take, right? That makes it feel a little bit slower, but it's pretty straightforward and it just launches and hits the enemies, which is great. Very similar to a Lily sort of like assist skill, but in the form of a special move. I think that's brilliant. That's really good range. It's going to look like it's going to be good range as well, which is brilliant. Absolutely love this skill. Very much all for it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. You love to see it. This is exactly what we want to see from a adventurous special move. A lot of range and a lot of damage there, it seems like, which is great. Now, of course, we want to check out the skill itself. So let me actually pull it up on screen, and actually let me play it again because I didn't realize that I was still in the zoomed in layout. So there we go. Beautiful. You can see that it's got pretty good range, I would say. It's got decent range, I would say, for sure. I don't know if it's the thing is, right, I would have preferred, I mean, it would have been amazing if it was around her. If she shot straight up and it just spread around her, that would have been great. It would have also given you a little bit more defense in, you know, game modes like MSS and stuff, which I know not a lot of people like playing, but of course we have to mention that being the case, of course, as well. Now, let's take a look at the Awakening 5 and Awakening 1 effect, because remember, this is the special move, so there will be a bonus on Awakening 1, and then Awakening 5 will get some additional things. So, of course, as per usual, when health is above a certain value, this is the initial text that they have at the top right, if you want to take a look over there. Let me just verify it 1 second. Let me just quickly do this as well, just to be sure, because it's seemingly like it has a lot of stuff to it, and I want to just double check if I'm not being stupid about it. Okay, so I am being right on it. I am being definitely right on it as well. So it increases the damage dealt when above a certain amount of HP. It increases the critical rate and critical damage as well, and it restores the unit's HP, which is great. Now, at Awakening 1, it increases those effects as per usual, but then also on top of that as well, it adds wait, what? Oh, this is so confusing. Okay, so it adds, okay, I get it. I get what it's saying. Never mind. Okay, so when we're dealing okay, so it increases the amount of damage in the special move damage, and also increases the critical rate and critical damage as per usual. Then following that, if I'm not mistaken, it increases, or it gives you an added effect that increases your normal, just regular damage, just standard damage when you're using your special move. So it's not increasing the damage dealt by the special move, but it is increasing the general damage of your unit. So like it'll give you like a 15% damage increase to everything. So sort of like what Bell gets at A3 on his second skill, that 10% damage increase. I think it's something similar to that. I could be wrong. I could be corrected on that front, but I think that is what it means. I'm pretty sure that is what it means. At Awakening 5, it pretty much increases everything again, and including all of the above that it increases, the critical rate, overall damage, damage of skill, and critical damage and rate, of course. It increases the HP recovered as well. So that is great, of course, on the front of Artemis's Awakenings. Pretty cool, pretty nice overall. I think that she looks good in the sense of like she's got some good techniques and skills there. But if I'm being honest, right, the first skills don't look that great, to be quite honest. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the skills. The special move looks really strong, right? Critical rate, critical damage, normal damage, increase in damage, HP recovery. It's doing a lot there, right? It's doing a lot there. But the first two skills don't make me feel like it's a premium, like great, amazing, paid only unit. That's what I feel. So for me personally, I just don't see this unit being paid only. It doesn't make sense, in all honesty, because frankly speaking, if you're talking about special move damage, realistically speaking, I can literally go and take a look at Bell and say, like, I can just use Bell if I want to go all in on special move damage. And it's not like he has bad range either, right? He has insane range, and getting off his damage is not difficult at all, right? It just takes a little bit of setup, but you can get it off very easily, especially if you have Lafia as well. So to me personally, I just don't see the value in Artemis if she is paid only in that regard. So for me, so far from what we've gleaned, it doesn't make much sense. Now, I know, of course, as well, by the way, and the reason why I was urging you guys to go and watch the normal attacks video as well, is that she is able to do 2 charges of her first skill, right? The bounce back is able to have 2 charges, which is great, right? But again, I still maintain, but then at that point, why not just have like something like why not run something else instead? Like, you're only getting an electric damage bonus. It's not like you're recovering HP. What would have made sense is if her skill 1 also had the ability to recover HP like twice over, which meant that you'd be consistently at the HP you need to be in order to deal more damage. That's what I would have done. That's what it would have made much more sense. But it seems like they've just gone down the route of, oh yeah, we'll give you an extra bit of damage and shield, which I don't know. I don't feel like it's a great addition there, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, you know, maybe this is all just you know, pieces of information on paper. Maybe the percentages are insane for Artemis. Who knows, right? We'll have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, based on what we can see here, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think she's gonna be a paid only unit. It doesn't make sense to me. Again, not to mention, again, they're talking about awakenings and the fact that people are only guaranteed 1 awakening, considering like you can do 3 paid multis, but you're not guaranteed to get Artemis in all 3 of those. You're only guaranteed to get her from the exchange shop. So everybody's gonna come out with at least 1 Artemis, and if you're really lucky, maybe you'll get up to awakening 5 somehow, but that means you need to get 2 copies per multi. You literally need to get 2 copies per multi, 2, 2, 1, and then of course the pity as well. So you need 6 copies in total. That's not gonna happen. Let's be real. That's not gonna happen unless you're filthy lucky. So they're definitely going to be releasing a general banner for sure, and I just personally believe that, to be quite honest, it doesn't make any sense from their perspective or our perspective. But yeah, just generally I'm talking about the value, and I don't feel like even if she is paid only, I'd probably recommend most people just not pay for it, to be quite honest. Obviously, 1, to stick it to them, and second of all, because I don't think she'll be valuable. In my personal opinion, I don't think she will be. Personally, I just don't see it. So yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Do you guys agree with me, disagree with me? Do you guys think I'm maybe underestimating her? I just feel like based on what we've seen in terms of skills and everything, I mean, yes, in terms of a purple unit, she's probably the best purple unit we still have, by the way. I should mention that. She is probably still the best purple adventure we're going to be getting in the foreseeable future. Maybe Eyes is still a little bit better, you could argue, right? Summer Eyes, again, depends on numbers that we get from Artemis, right? But Summer Eyes, you could argue, might still be a little bit better. But to me, I just feel like, you know, in terms of limited units and everything, or non-time limited units, she's probably better than a majority of them, if not all of them. I mean, we have Aisha, Finn, and Bet. Like, come on. It's very easy pickings for an Artemis to be better than them. Let's be real. So yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.